Yo, in this episode, I am going to discuss why I believe that the US is trying to, well, not trying, but actually is shutting down crypto-friendly banks. And I'm going to back this up, guys. I've been thinking about this since Silvergate, but then when I saw that that was one thing about it, I kind of was like, maybe. But then with this Silicon Valley Bank collapse and this USD coin collapse that we saw today, guys, I want to tell you, USD coin, I cannot find it on CoinMarketCap or World Coin Index, but I found it with my own two eyes this morning. It went down to 78 cents, and none of the historical data, even on their website, is showing that it went that low. I'm seeing like anywhere from 88 cents, all this crap. I don't know if it was just the moment I looked at it was the right moment, but it went down to 78 cents today, guys. Just absolutely insane. And the reason that this happened, if you haven't been watching the news, is that USD coin has reserve currencies of dollars in the bank at Silicon Valley Bank that is supposed to back up the price of this stable coin. So it just goes to show you that if you buy a stable coin, what are you doing? You're trusting that these stable coins are safely in a bank as reserves. But if the bank fails, then so does the stable coin, in essence, right? So the only coin that I think could maybe be untouchable at this point, because it's just so big at this point, is probably Tether. And even though it's a very controversial coin, it's basically just printing more Tether. They do have reserves, but they've never done a full audit, and their reserves are kind of all around the world in all these banks. So I don't really know that they're really there. But to be honest, has the US ever been completely, really audited all the way to the core? So think about that, guys. You know, all this stuff is lining up. All the ducks are in a row. It's very obvious to see for me, and I think you should see it too, and take recognition that the US is trying to shut down and is shutting down crypto-friendly banks. Now, CZ validated this for me today. He said it on his Twitter. He came public and said, pure speculation. It almost feels like there's a coordinated effort to shut down crypto-friendly banks. The result of this, is banks are shut down. Blockchains are still running. And this is absolutely true, especially for mineable cryptocurrencies like BitcoinCash, Bitcoinsv, Dash, Monero, Zcash, which we've all seen a influx into those cryptocurrencies since this USD coin collapse. Now, SD coin has recovered a little bit. You know, it's back up almost to $1, whoop-de-whoop. And that's because Circle has stepped in and taken some of their corporate money. Not all their money was in this Silicon Valley Bank, but they have now stepped in and said, we're gonna take some of this stuff and boost the price back up. But again, they're just pumping the price back up. Is that a technology that you want to put your money into? I've never owned a stable coin, not one time, not in my entire life. I've never owned one, and I don't plan on owning one, because if you go back to the original Genesis block mined by the original Genesis block mined on Bitcoin, the message is very clear, and it's embedded into this block. The times 03 January 2009, Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. It is widely accepted that Satoshi included this string as a timestamp for the Genesis block, linking it to January 3rd, 2009. He was trying to tell everybody, their banks are bad. Look at what the banks are doing. They're getting bailed out while you sit there and you're going to have 3 to 4 years of misery in the housing market and job market, and all these bad things are going to happen to you while the banks just get to walk up, get bought out by JP Morgan, Washington Mutual, wipe it under the rug like it never happened, and give you a new card and say everything's fine and dandy, and they get to walk off as a winner on the field while you're left sitting there bleeding on the ground. And it's just absolutely insane. So this is a reminder, guys. I'm going to read it again. The times, January 3rd, 2009, Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. It is widely accepted that Satoshi included this string as a timestamp for the Genesis block, linking it to January 2009. Now, it obviously ends in these quotation marks, but this is on the Genesis block. So this is huge, guys, because we're seeing the same thing again. Like, what is the government going to do now? They're going to come in and bail out Silicon Valley Bank? You know, what's going to happen to these people that have over $250,000 in deposits that's not covered by FDIC? What's going to happen to their money? When are they going to get their money? Are they going to even get their money? Is the most interesting thing. Is JP Morgan just going to come buy them out? I mean, what's going on really with all these banks? They're making high risk investments. They're over leveraged, which they always are, and they're basically just, now that these interest rates are going up, nobody wants to get a loan, and their whole fundamental element of how they operate has been disturbed. And we could see a domino effect in a lot bigger banks than the Silicon Valley Bank collapse. This might be the second biggest bank collapse in US history, but it might not be the biggest that's going to come. And I think Binance CZ really, with this pure speculation, almost feels like there's a coordinated effort to shut down crypto-friendly banks that he posted on his Twitter today. Absolutely hits the nail on the coffin. So we've seen an influx in, like I said, BitcoinCash, BSV, Dash, Monero, Neo, all the ones at the top of your screen you're looking at on this channel. They're all up today, Monero included. Monero is actually doing very well today. And I would like to see this continue. I would like to see that prices do flow out of these stable coins. And I would think if you are going to get a stable coin, like maybe go into Tether, even though it's a very controversial coin. I don't think it's going anywhere, especially if you get it in a non-custodial wallet. It's as good as safe. But I would say that these stable coins are only as good as the banks. They're not necessarily, other than Tether. I think Tether can be has been around long enough. Not that guarantees merit that it's good, but the money is all around the world in various banks, apparently in reserves. But it's a money printer. Tether is a money printer. So I think that it's kind of the only one, if you are going to go into a stable coin, I'd recommend. And I don't think a lot of people are going to recommend you to go in Tether. But as we've seen, look at USD coin today. Look at some of these other banks that have failed. Look at some of these stocks. It's not just Silvergate Bank failing, guys. There's a bunch of banks. Stocks were way down 20-30% on Friday. So this could be a domino effect, especially for smaller banks. And I would get out of them. I would get out of these stable coins as quick as you possibly can. And I would go back and really try to memorize this message that Chancellor on the brink of second bailout for banks that Satoshi put in the block in January 2009 when the Genesis, or in this timestamp right here that he put in the Genesis block. So I'll link all this stuff if you want to read more of it, that kind of thing. So it's block number 0. It was not mined in the waste of. I'll let you read all this stuff. It's very interesting stuff. And yeah, so it's very interesting stuff. I'll let you guys read all this stuff. I just want to make a quick little video to let you guys know that get out of these stable coins as quick as you possibly can. They're not why crypto was made. And if you want to go into a stable coin, you absolutely have to have passion for the US dollar. Then go into Tether. That would be my recommendation. So until I make another video, you guys have a great evening, day, wherever you're at in the world, and we'll catch you in the next video. Later.